puppy, and he's still extremely fearful, but hopefully we're slowly making progress here. Hi, little buddy. Hey, bud. A little tail wag action. That's good to see. Hey, bud. Good job, buddy. Just make sure he's secured, because he will run. Come on, bud. Let's go. Good job, buddy. All right. Good boy. Let's go for walkies. And again, I'm going to take an approach where I'm not going to be all in the dog's face. I'm going to take a relatively silent approach where I allow him to get comfortable with me. Even if this takes a while, I want to do a trust building thing here where we go on walks together and I drop little things here and there, let him start to develop some comfort around me. Because without any kind of relationship with a dog like this, who is essentially feral, who doesn't even like when I look at him too hard, training is impossible before some relationship building happens. And in this case, rushing it would be counterproductive. It would do no good. Good boy. This is why we're just going to go for a little walk in the woods. And let him figure out who I really am by experience. By us just being together, doing things. We'll just have some new experiences together. And he'll learn about me that way. Good boy. Let's go, bud. But I'm still not going to introduce too much pressure. This is only day 3. And with a dog like this, introducing unnecessary pressure is just going to be counterproductive. But the other day he had been sniffing me, and he's little by little starting to feel a little bit better about being around me. So I want to keep that going. I want us to develop some trust. And do something physically stimulating together. Right, hiking. And also, hopefully, get his olfactory stuff to work. Get him sniffing things. Get him looking at things. Get him acting like a dog around me. Because if I can't get him to act like a dog around me, I can't train him. And acting like a dog means sniffing things, peeing on things, exploring, being curious. And right now, on day 3 of working with him, he's still in survival mode. he's constantly looking for threats instead of exploring the world and feeling safe. Good boy. Good boy. And ideally, you can get him interested in playing. Good boy. Good. Let's go. That's still a little scary to him, it looks like. I want to make sure I avoid getting ants dropped on me. It happened to me the other day. Ants got dropped down the back of my shirt and it was not comfy. Got all bit up. And Jack looks really young. He's about 7 months old. So he's just a little guy. I'd also like to see him cross out in front of me. He did that once, last time I took him out, where he actually ran up ahead of me. It's because he saw a bird. And he actually acted like a dog. And I want to see more of that. Right now you can see the way that he interacts with me. He walks behind me. He stares at me. He's very stressy, very anxious. So we need him to act differently. So there's some prediction errors in his head. He sees nothing bad happens, that good things happen. That he can explore the world. He can feel safe. And as soon as I get even a small amount, as soon as I start getting a little bit of trust, I can start introducing a tiny bit of negative reinforcement, right? Because if you get momentum, you need to go with it. You need to go with it when things are new and novel and interesting to the dog, when they're doing something that they didn't normally do. As soon as you start to see them do something fresh, to experience something fresh, you take advantage of that. You don't leave that progress hanging. You don't squander it. Very often what happens in people's minds is they're so terrified because they've been trying for a long time, get the dog opened up a little bit, get them to do something. The dog finally opens up and then they're frozen. They're terrified to do anything with it because they're afraid that they're going to set the dog back, that they're going to erase their progress. What they should be more afraid of is that they are going to squander the opportunity that's in front of them to start doing something, to get some momentum, to take advantage of the opening. That's what they need to be doing, is taking advantage of the opening. Just gonna sit here for a second. This nice little bench. I'm just gonna let him do whatever he wants. Oh. Whatever he decides he wants to do is fine with me. But this is a relatively serious behavioral modification case, which we happen to work with a lot. We take a lot of relatively serious behavioral modification cases, whether it be severe nervousness issues or a dog that's essentially feral, or as well dogs who have different kinds of reactivity or actually real aggression. We work with all of these kinds of dogs, and you have to be very deliberate, and you have to take your time, and you have to really think deeply about what the right thing to do with the dog is, and do your best to get the best possible result for the dog, for the people, and for everyone else that's affected or involved. But I will be honest, I'm really excited about this case, and I'm excited to share all of the footage that we take with the world, because I'm looking forward to continuing the rehabilitation process with Jack and getting him to a place where he's comfortable around me and comfortable around other people, and where he's comfortable being in a home context and comfortable going for walks and being handled by people and working with them and being around them and playing with them, and getting him to a place where he can be a normal dog, a normal puppy, and be happy with life, and where he can be interested in things and curious about things like a puppy should be, and get him into a good family, get him adopted to a good home. I really, really care about that, and I want that really badly for Jack, because I think that all dogs deserve a good home. Yeah. Gotta help them. Gotta help them. Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, like I'm not trying hard enough. But I have a lot of obligations to my family, to my wife, to my son. To my community. There's a lot to do, and all I can do is keep working at it. Show love to everyone that I can. Show kindness to everyone I can. Dogs and people and cats and all other animals that I come into contact with. Just show them love and care, and when I make mistakes, there it is, I make mistakes, but All I can do is my best. Good boy. At least his nose is active. He's sniffing a little bit. I want to see him chasing butterflies like Rocky. I want to see him off leash like Teddy and so many other dogs we've worked with. I want to see him truly enjoying life, you know? That's what I want to see the most. Well, Mr. Jack really gets to me, you know? You want to move on? We can go. Okay. Okay, come on. You good boy. You'll be all right. You can see. I was actually talking with my mom about this earlier today. Dog training. A lot of people get this idea that dog training is all about mechanics and drills and just doing it over and over and over and over and over again. 100 sits, 100 downs. But I'm gonna be honest, like 99% of, probably 80 to 90% of dog training is this. This is what I do. A lot of this. Especially with behavioral case dogs. We're doing a lot of this. You're just letting the dog get comfortable with you and build a relationship and be a dog, right? Like you saw, that's something that I like to see. What was he doing? He was interested. Just being a dog. He's being normal. He was sniffing something nasty, probably. Some nasty poop. But I don't know. I didn't see exactly what it was, but you can see now he's starting to get interested in things now. Again. We don't want that to go away. We want him to be interested. And also realize that just because I look at him doesn't mean that he suddenly needs to stop doing what he's doing or that he should be afraid. But we in the woods. In the woods. That's where we're at. We in the woods. In the woods with Jack. We're having a good time. But it's one of the reasons that you'll see very often on our page that we will post videos where not much is going on. Where not much is going on is one of the state rangers. I'm always as friendly with them as I possibly can be. Good people, good folks. That's a lot of dust. Jack doesn't like cars very much. But I try to post things that just show a dog being a dog, right? Normal things where nothing's going on, because a lot of places they just post lots of highlights of training success, training wins. They don't post the training mistakes. They don't post the training losses. They don't post the stuff in between, right? The reason for that is because, frankly, it's a lot of work to post the stuff in between. It's very time-consuming, very expensive to post the stuff in between. I spent 8 hours all night from 11 p.m. until 7 a.m. after training all day. Editing, posting. And a lot of it's the stuff in between. But the reason we do it is because the stuff in between is just as important. Might be more important for people to see. That dog training isn't like that. Dog training is like this. Should be. And you need those things in between. You need the resets in between reps. You need the time to build the trust. You need all of that. And I want to publicize it. And you're going to have the mistakes, both from the dog and from the handler. You, as a dog owner, will make mistakes. You may make mistakes that make you feel terrible afterwards. But you are doing something good. You're trying. You're doing something. You're in the arena, the man in the arena, the woman in the arena. You're making it happen. And you'll know the great failures, but like Theodore Roosevelt said, you'll also know the great successes, have the great loves. You'll have success with your dog if you try, if you put in the effort, if you put in the work. But a surefire way to not have it is to be afraid to make mistakes, to be afraid to experiment, be afraid to learn, afraid to try, and afraid to let your dog make mistakes, afraid to let your dog experiment, afraid to let them try. That's certain failure. All right, y'all. I'm going to take a potty break, and I will restart my recording after the potty break. The dog's potty breaks, they can go on camera, no one cares, but I think it might be a bit of a problem if I record my potty break. Just saying. So I'm going to stop the